and gentlemen, it's me, Jermaine, and I'm back with another Simple Truth news update. This is basically a follow-up and an add-on to the two stories that I shared with you yesterday, and that is concerning, again, the alphabet agencies. This time, it is the NSA, and it comes from an article that was done by Alex Jones and Infowars.com. But it just comes down to showing you that if you choose, and I have to make this very clear, if you choose to be a part of this system, as far as the internet, as far as cell phones, email, if you choose to be a part of this system, understand and be fully aware and fully knowledgeable that the powers that be can at any time make their mind up to listen in and hear and read anything that you or anyone else out there is doing, myself included. But the one thing that I want to make a point of, there are many people out there who call themselves speakers of truth, sharers of truth, but yet they want to pick and choose what form of media or social media they're going to use. Well, they'll get on Facebook, but they won't get on this other form, or I don't want my face to be seen, or I don't want any distinctive things known about me. Trust and believe this. If you make the decision to get out here, they already know who you are. So if you're going to speak up, be a man or a woman and come and show and put your face to the voice of what you have to say. If you are going to stand up for truth, do just that. You can't pick and choose. You can't, be on the fence of, well, I want to speak truth, but I don't want to be seen. If you're scared, as old saying goes, if you're scared, get out the game. If you're scared, shut up. Don't open your mouth if you're scared. Because this is for people who want to stand up for what is right, whether it be truth or whether it be truth when it comes to belief, believing in the Most High. If you're going to speak, back up what you say. Have a backbone. Put a face to it. Don't hide. That's just what I want to share with you. That's just me. But I want you to hear this article about the NSA and the fact that it all comes down to what I was just sharing with you. They can spy, or they can pull and look at anything up to 75% of the things that are happening on the internet. Now, I make a point that if you don't think that they are actually doing it and they're only taking certain bits and certain pieces, you are fully delusional. There's something really wrong with you if you think that if they have the capability to do all that they can do and they're only going to do a little. They're going to do whatever they need to do, and they're probably really and truly short-sighting the number of 75% being the amount that they can actually, spy on or monitor. So take a look at this article, and I'll be right back. Well, here we are again, ladies and gentlemen, with yet another alphabet agency revealing, or it being revealed, that they are keeping a very close eye on everything that the American people are doing. This article comes from Alex Jones's Infowars.com yet again, and the title here is NSA has ability to illegally spy on 75% of all internet traffic. Now, I want to take just one moment and say one thing here, because I know what the critics, I know what the supporters of this administration and people who defend this administration, no matter what they do to the American people, they always are looking for a reason to continue to support something, even when it's in their face blatantly. They will right here. This is what they will focus on. NSA has ability to illegally spy on 75% of all Americans, or all internet traffic, and which means Americans, any other country, anyone that uses the internet, period. Understand this, ladies and gentlemen. If they have the ability to do it, trust and believe they don't have the ability just for the sake of having the ability. They have the ability because they have been doing it, are doing it, and will continue to do it. Just my little 2 cents there. This article comes from August 21st, 2013. As I'm recording this, that this is today. And the subtitle here says, "More Evidence, NSA Surveils American People, Not Foreign Terrorists." And as you can see here, you see the play on the slogan from the Obama campaign. It was, "Yes, we can." And look, it says, "Yes, we scan." The NSA would have us believe they only conduct surveillance on foreign terrorists. But this lie was recently put to rest in a Wall Street Journal article. In fact, according to current and former NSA officials, the agency has the ability to spy on 75% of all internet traffic in the United States and probably more. Following the September 11, 2001 attacks, the government began intercepting a wide array of communications. This, of course, is not news. In May 2006, a former AT&T technician, Mark Klein, revealed how the NSA worked closely with telecoms to capture massive amounts of data from Americans not suspected of a crime or participating in terrorism. The government claims it only captures metadata, or data about data. But the Wall Street Journal report reveals this is little more than a flimsy government lie. Inevitably, officials say some U.S. internet communications are scanned and intercepted, including both metadata about communications, such as the to and from lines in an email, and the contents of the communications themselves. In addition to the above so-called metadata program, the WSJ, Wall Street Journal report, reveals other surveillance programs codenamed Blarney, Fairview, Oakstar, Lithium, and Stormbrew, and others that filter and gather information at major telecommunication companies. Blarney, for instance, was established with AT&T Incorporated. Former officials say AT&T declined to comment. This filtering takes place at more than a dozen locations at major internet junctions in the U.S., officials say. The Wall Street Journal report, writes Mike Masnick for Tech Dirt, is replete with NSA doublespeak. It claims that it's not accessing all of this traffic because it asks the telcons to do some of the filtering for it. That's how it gets away with talking about things we actually touch. Even though its deals with the telcons basically means they can access almost everything. Finally, the Wall Street Journal reports that the government considers its vast array of surveillance programs as legal under a broad interpretation of the FISA Amendments Act, an act obviously at odds with the Fourth Amendment, requiring probable cause and a warrant issued by a court, not a secret government court that acts as a rubber stamp for countless violations of the Constitution. NSA has discretion on setting its filters, and the system relies significantly on self-policing. This can result in improper collection that continues for years, the WSJ reports, Wall Street Journal. In fact, the NSA has engaged in the improper collection of communications since the end of the Second World War, beginning with a program codenamed Shamrock that intercepted the telegrams of Americans. This illegal program was virtually unknown until it was revealed during the Church Committee hearing in the mid-1970s. L. Britt Snyder, counsel on the staff of the Church Committee, writes on the CIA's website that the NSA adopted very stringent rules in the wake of the Church Committee to ensure that its operations were carried out in accordance with applicable law. Where the communications of U.S. citizens were concerned, I can attest from my personal experience that NSA has been especially scrupulous. As upsetting and demoralizing as the Church Committee's investigation undoubtedly was, it caused NSA to institute a system which keeps it within the bounds of U.S. law and focused on its essential mission. Obviously, as relations over the last few months and during the Bush administration demonstrate, the NSA is not especially scrupulous when it comes to safeguarding the Fourth Amendment rights of American citizens, the vast majority who have absolutely nothing to do with terrorism. It should be obvious to even the most casual observer that the NSA's mission is not to monitor foreign communications and ferret out terrorists, but rather it is tasked with surveilling the American people. Not because they may be engaged in terrorism, but because a significant majority may be involved in political activity that threatens the establishment and the status quo. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Right there. It's proof positive that these type of intrusions and these type of spying programs are not new. It's not new just because the internet's out here. It's not new just because people have cell phones. This has been happening. I will again sound the alarm of the fact that the Patriot Act, when it was enacted after the tragedies of 9/11, that Patriot Act was set to be able to do whatever the powers want to do to anyone. But it was done under the umbrella of terrorism because we have to be patriotic because we just got hit. So if we got hit, we have to do whatever's necessary to be able to protect ourselves and guard ourselves to be able to hit back. Understand, ladies and gentlemen, the simple truth of the whole matter is that you cannot be a passive warrior. You cannot be a non-confrontational fighter. You have to step into the ring with a bit of knowledge, a bit of understanding, and a bit of well thought out and well planned execution, but you cannot have it both ways. You cannot talk about something but then hide behind the veil and not be known for what you talk about. Well, you can. I mean, many people do. But really, what is that? What are we, truth cowards? Are we going to be cowardice in what we do? Or are we going to stand up and believe what we believe in? Because there's an old saying that goes, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. This has been the simple truth. And as I always tell you, it's the simple things that are oftentimes the most profound. But yet, they're the most difficult to put into practice and to actually do. I want to thank you for joining me on this episode of The Simple Truth. I know I may have ranted and I may have come kind of full force, but it's just something that needed to be said, ladies and gentlemen. I do it for you. I do it for the fact that truth is important. I do it for the fact that the Creator that I serve is one that gives me strength to be able to speak what is right no matter what. I'll give you this scripture. Have I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you, and I'll see you again real soon.